Hey there guys, welcome back to RevAMP 2. Now this is program number 2 and today we're going through circuit number 1. So I have printed out your new program, so I suggest you do the same, and we've got weeks number 7 to 12, and this again, same as program number 1, is for you to be writing down how many repetitions you've completed each week, what resistance bands, because you're going to need resistance bands for this program as well, or what weights you have used. How many reps, how much rest you've taken. So we want to be tracking our progress. Remember, progress is our biggest motivator, and you want to see that your body has changed, okay, in terms of performance. And also that's why we take, step on the scales, we do our measurements, we track our calories. We want to see progression throughout the 12 weeks. All right, so every way that you can track progression, I really, really encourage you to do so because, like I said, it is our biggest motivator. So we have, within circuit 1, there are 3 main sections. The first section is an upper body focus. We then go onto the floor and we do lower limb, and then we do a little bit of core work, a bit of trunk, okay? The upper body workout is 2 exercises, okay? And it's a style of training called an EMOM. Now, this is something that we haven't done before. EMOM stands for every minute on the minute. So you're basically going to perform a certain exercise on the first minute. That may only take you 20 seconds to complete the amount of repetitions. You then have 40 seconds rest. When the next minute clicks in, so I'll have a timer on my phone, so you'll hear it buzz. When the next minute buzzes, you then go to the next exercise. You complete the same amount of repetitions again of another exercise. However long that's taken you, you have the rest of the minute as rest, and then you repeat. We're going to do this for 10 minutes. So it's a fantastic way of keeping a very simple little circuit, but with some good intensity, okay? So our 2 exercises, we have seated row, which you're going to need your resistance bands for, and then we have a seated chest press, which again, you're going to need your resistance bands for, okay? So 2, like I said, fairly simple exercises, very, very effective exercises. You're just going to be sat on a chair, but the intensity is going to build throughout the workout, which is really nice. It's a fantastic way of working, something that I really enjoy doing. So I hope you do too. Quite fun. We then go onto the floor. Like I said, we have 2 exercises that target our lower limbs. So we have clamshells, which we've done in program 1, but this time we're going to do banded. So you're going to add a bit of resistance to the movement, which is actually going to help to target those glutes a little bit further. And then we've got kickbacks. This one time again is also banded. Slightly different way of doing these. Some of you might prefer it. I certainly do, just find it a little bit easier. But like I said, because it's banded, extra resistance means you just really target those glutes a little bit more and those hips. And then we're onto the floor. We've got 2 exercises to target the core. We've got classic crunch, which we did last time. And then we've got our floor cleaners, which again we did last time. There are certain ways we can increase the intensity of these to make it slightly more challenging for you guys, which I will talk to you about. Really nice stuff. So we have 2 to 3 sets of those last 2 exercises. I'm going to take you through 2 of them, and I want you, by the end of the 12 weeks, to be able to complete all 3 of them. Our rep range, again, is between 15 to 20 repetitions per exercise. Again, by the end of the 12 weeks, I'd suggest that you're somewhere near that 20 mark to show that you've progressed, okay? So get that adaptation, and that's when we see these results, which we're so desperate for. All right, guys? So today, equipment-wise, you're going to need a chair. Now, I'm just using a dining room chair because it's quite a firm surface, so it means that you have better posture, it means you don't slouch into it. I'm also going to use some resistance bands. You can see the resistance bands I've just got over the back of the chair there. I suggest you get a range of resistance bands. Not so important for this particular workout, but some of the other workouts that we're going to be doing later, so circuit number 2 and circuit number 3, you're going to need different resistance bands, different strengths, so I suggest you get a range of them. What else are you going to need today? You're also going to need a yoga mat because we're going to do some work on the floor. If you haven't got a yoga mat, don't worry, just get a couple of towels to lie those down just to help support your back, support your pelvis. And then hopefully you're going to hear I've got a app on my phone, so you'll hear all the beeps coming from my phone, so you haven't got to worry about any of the timings or all that. I'm going to talk you through each exercise. All right, guys? So it's going to be a good one. I hope you enjoy it. Let's just start. Let's just go for it. I've got nothing else to say. I'm going to move on to the chair. I haven't got my limb on today. I've got a couple of residual, my stump, which I like to call it, and also my hip as well. But that's absolutely fine because these exercises are all seated and floor-based exercises. So yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't involve too much of my prosthetic, which is great. So let me get my timer up. If you haven't done so already, that was what I was going to say. If you haven't done so already, at this point, you need to pause the video and you need to go and have a good workout, good warm-up. Okay, you need to go and have a good warm-up. Use the same warm-up video as I prescribed in program number 1. If you're fed up with that and you kind of know what makes you nice and warm and prepared for a workout, this is now down to you to start to write and program your own warm-up. I suggest you do anywhere between 4 exercises, 2 to 4 exercises, spend around 10 to 15 minutes. You want one that is going to help to lengthen your muscles. So one that's going to help you mobilize, some rotation, and you want something to just bring your heart rate up. So a bit of movement, walking on the spot or seated boxing, anything just going to get your heart rate up. The idea behind that is going to limit the risk of any injury because we're going to be nice and warm. It means our joints are going to be nice and warm, our muscles are going to be nice and warm, but also it just helps you to start the session with a reasonable amount of intensity. If you start cold, then it takes you most of the session to kind of get into it. You don't see the results. Okay, so that's why we do a warm-up, and that's why I encourage you to do so. I deliberately haven't programmed a warm-up for you guys this time because I want you to take some real ownership over that. Warm-ups are quite personal. For me, I do lots of strange things to warm up because I know that my lower back and again my hip just needs a lot of work done to it. So warm-ups are very personal. It's down to you what you do to get your body ready for the workout. That was what I was going to say. All right, guys. So now we're going to move on to the chair. Okay, so you're going to need your resistance bands. I suggest you have your strongest and also the one slightly down from your strongest. Okay, these are big muscle groups we're going for. We're going for a seated row, which is going to be this motion. You're going to pull it into, you're going to work your biceps. But those lats are massive, big chunks of muscle. That's what we're doing to really fire those up. So seated row, we're going to be pulling into it. And the opposite, you're going to put it around us and pressing away. This is going to be working our triceps and our chest. Again, our chest, a big chunk of muscle, nice and powerful. So you should be able to push some decent weight. Okay, so get some nice strong resistance bands for these exercises. So I'm going to start my timer when we're ready. I'm just going to quickly explain what those exercises are. With the seated row, you're going to need to be able to attach it around. I'm going to use my foot to just prop it around the bottom and just squeeze in and back out. If you haven't got the option of tying it around your foot, this is where you're going to need to tie around a table leg, maybe around a door handle, maybe around the bottom of a sofa. If you've got some if you've got a heavy ornament or something, you could put that, you could tie that around. You need to get creative, but you need to be able to anchor it down and attach it, preferably at a low point. Doesn't matter if it's too high up, so a door handle is absolutely fine. But you need to be able to in front of you, tie it down so you can pull into it and away. Okay, once you've done your seated row, we then go on to our chest press. So again, you can use the same resistance bands or a different one. Underneath the armpits, around your back, palms go down and you'll press out and back in. So almost the same plane of motion as the seated row, but apart from pulling, you're now pressing. Okay, so those are our 2 exercises. We are going for 10 to 15 repetitions per exercise. I'm going to be doing 15 repetitions. So we're going to start with the seated row for the first minute. Once you've completed your 15 repetitions, you take the rest of the minute as rest to recover. You then wait for the noise of the buzz of my phone. We then go on to the chest press. You do 10 to 15 repetitions of that, and then you move on. And then you rest, and then we go back to the seated row. Okay, guys? So hopefully I've explained it enough. Right, I'm going to start my timer. Make sure my volume is up. Leave it there, so hopefully you can see that. And I can see it as well. Okay, good. So I know that my seated row is a strong exercise. So I'm going to go for the blue, dark blue, which is the heaviest resistance band I've got. I'm going to wrap it around my foot. So we've got 10 seconds, guys, so get yourselves ready, sitting up nice and tall. 10 to 15 repetitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Really nice, really good. So like I said, with this one, you should better feel it in those biceps, those wrists as well, the wrist flexors, and also we're targeting that back muscle, those lats. Your lats are quite hard to kind of activate, so you might not be feeling it there just yet. Maybe you will tomorrow when you're a bit sore. So the next one is chest press. So you're going to get the strap, get the resistance band, going to go round underneath the arms. Okay, so when it's under your arms, that means it doesn't slip up anywhere. Keep those elbows tucked in, palms down, big press out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Really nice. So that took us 30 seconds. So we now got 30 seconds rest to recover, and we're going back up to the top. So we've got 9 more sets of this, 10 minutes altogether. Sorry, 8 more sets of this. We've got 10 minutes altogether. Okay, so we're back onto that seated row. So what we can do now, guys, if you found that was too light, you can take a little bit further down the strap, down the resistance bands, which adds extra resistance, okay? So nice big pull, 1. So I've shortened my resistance band to give me extra resistance. 4, 5, 6, 7, sitting up nice and tall. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Really nice. Good stuff. So again, with this one, with the seated row, make sure those elbows don't come out. You want to keep them in. You want to squeeze those shoulder blades behind you. Fantastic for posture. Okay. Right, we're going back around again underneath the arms. Same with the chest press. I found that a little bit easy. So what I'm going to do is just shorten that resistance band. Just add a little bit of extra resistance to my press. So a bit more of a challenge. Okay, get ready in 5 seconds time. We're going to go again. 10 to 15 repetitions. 1, nice big press. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Really nice. Good. Okay. Now, I feel like I can go a little bit heavier. So at this point, this is why we want a range of resistance bands. I'm now going to double up. Okay, so I'm going to go for a dark blue and a green together. This is going to give me a little bit more resistance, make me work a little bit harder. So that's what you want to aim for. You want to see this progression each week. Keep challenging yourselves. Okay, right, 5 seconds time. Get ready for that seated row. 15. Here we go. 1. There we go. That's a better resistance. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, that's better. Okay. 30 seconds rest. Going to go around the back. This chest press. Now, the sneaky thing about these EMOMs, the first couple of sets might feel like quite easy, might feel like you've undercooked it, you might feel like you can go a little bit harder, but as you start to go through the sets, because we're doing it 10 times, that fatigue really starts to kick in those last couple. So just be aware of that, which is the nice thing about an EMOM as well. Okay, here we go. 1, big press. 2, that's a better resistance. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Brilliant. Okay. Good work, guys. So we've got a couple left. 2 more on the seated row. 2 more on that chest press. 20 seconds, guys. Keep working. If you're still going through it, keep going through it. Work right the way to that buzzer, right the way to the end. Okay, here we go. Get ready for your next one, guys. Back onto that seated row. Okay, here we go. 1, keep those elbows in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, it's getting tough. That's where we want it. That's what you want to get to. That point where the last couple of repetitions are pretty challenging. That's when you know you've got the right weight, the right resistance, the right intensity. Okay, get ready for your chest press. On the back, under those arms, and in 5 seconds from now. Here we go. Setting up nice and tall. Big press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh. Okay, 1 more set. Here we go. Good work, guys. Really nice, really good. You should start to feel like you've been working those arms, you've been working that chest, that back. We call it the pump, where all the blood starts to go to those limbs, starts to go to those muscle groups. You feel like you've really worked them. It's a fantastic feeling. Okay, here we go. Seated row, last time today. Sitting up nice and tall, all the way in. 1, get those hands to those hips. 2, all the way in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, big squeeze, come on, 15, oh, good. Get ready for that chest press. Keep going, finish your set if you're still going. Right, okay, let's start to prepare for the next one. This is our last one. Get those bands just under those armpits so they don't slip up and down. Palms facing down or in. Shoulder blades pressed down, shoulders down. Big strong press out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more, guys. Come on. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Brilliant work. Okay. Keep going. If you haven't finished yet, make sure you finish your set. right the way to the end. Get all those reps out. Finish it off. This is it now. Last one for upper body, and then we're going on to the floor. Last 10 seconds, guys. Keep going. If you're still working out, make sure you finish it off. Don't just stop if I have. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good work. Okay, very nice. Very, very good. We are moving on to the floor. So safely get yourself down onto the floor and get rid of that chair. Now we have 2 exercises that are targeting our lower limbs. We have a clamshell. With the clamshell, you're going to need a loop. Okay, so this is another reason why I've got so many different resistance bands, so that you can dedicate certain resistance bands to certain exercises. So you can see this one here. Unfortunately, it keeps snapping, which is why I've tied it so many times. But this is the loop you're going to need. You're going to put these over your thighs, like this. Okay, and this is where we are then going to do the clamshells. Okay, you're going to need that one. And then our next exercise is the kickbacks. So again, you're going to need a length of resistance bands for this one. So kickbacks, in the past, we've done these on all fours, and we've kicked our leg back and back in. Unfortunately, then, when it comes to doing our other side, we've then had to put a stool or a pile of cushions underneath our torso to keep us off the ground, or you've had to try and balance onto your prosthetic side. I appreciate that some of us have found this a little bit challenging, so this is another way. And actually, like I said, I actually prefer this way. So now we're going to get a length of resistance band, put it around your residual limb, using either top or bottom hand to hold it in place, and you're going to kick that leg back, kicking it back. Okay, so it's now become a kickback with resistance. When it comes to the other side, on this side for you, if you're using a sound leg like I am, if you do it around your thigh, what you end up doing is just pulling out all of your hairs of your leg, okay, especially if you've got shorts on, especially if you've got long hairs like me. So that is an option. You could do that if you want, but I appreciate that's going to get pretty uncomfortable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it around my foot, I'm going to hold it here and kick it back, okay? So it becomes more of a leg press, which is a very similar movement. You might do this at the gym on a leg press machine. A fantastic way of firing up those hamstrings, firing up those glutes. And what you'll notice is your leg might just wobble a little bit. As you're pressing it away with your sound leg, your leg might just wobble a little bit. So then you're forced to keep some control, okay? Control, when you're going through a motion like this for an exercise, is massively important, especially as amputees. So it's great training, great work. Okay, guys? So let's get into it. Our first one is clamshells. So you're going to need your loop of band. So around those thighs. Let me just check how many repetitions we are doing. Clamshells, we are doing 15 to 20 repetitions. So I'm going to do 15 today. So you want to stack those hips on top of each other, get into the sleeping position where you can support your head. And you just need to find the comfortable place of where the resistance band goes over your residual limb. So I've still got my silicone sock on, so it sits quite nicely along the liner, and then just on the bottom leg there. Okay, 15 to 20 repetitions. Here we go. I'm going 15, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Feel the burn. Okay, I'm going to roll over to the next side. Get yourselves ready. 15 repetitions. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, taking the hoop off. This is where you're going to need your kickbacks. So choose a resistance band. I would go somewhere in the middle until we get used to the exercise. Okay, around the residual limb, again, hips stacked on top of each other. So it's just like we're going to do the clamshells. You want to be in that same position, but this time we are kicking that leg back, firing up those glutes. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, on to the next side. So, like I said, on this one, I'm going around my foot. For you. 15 repetitions, 15 to 20 for you guys. Ready? 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really control that kick. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, let's go for 60 seconds rest. And we'll get back up to the top. Great stuff, really nice. So, we've worked our upper body. Still feeling it in my arms, still feeling it in my chest, my back. Now we're working on our lower body. Feels like I'm having a good workout. I hope you guys are enjoying it. So we've got about 30 seconds left. Just get your hoops ready. We want to keep the intensity going. Like I said, for me, I'm going to go through 2 sets of this today. Because if this is the first time you're watching this video, I suggest you just do the 2 to get used to it, see how your body responds. But ideally, by the end of the 12 weeks, you want to be doing 3 sets of all of these and 20 repetitions of each exercise. Okay, so that is your progression. And I also would like to see you increasing the resistance bands that you use. Right, so that is just over 60 seconds. Back into our clamshells. Get yourselves ready and in position. 15 repetitions, 15 to 20 for you guys. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, roll over. Here we go. 15 on the other side. Off you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, loops off. Get rid of those kickbacks. Pick up your length of resistance band. Run that residual limb. Okay, 15 to 20 for you guys. 3, 2, 1. Kicking it back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, next side. Last time, guys. Last one on the lower body. Here we go. Go on, big push. Okay, 15, 3, 2, 1. Let's go for it. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Brilliant stuff. Ugh. Okay. Very good. Very nice. Let's go for a couple of minutes rest. You can take some rest just while I explain the next couple of exercises. But guys, that was fantastic stuff. Okay, really good. So we are moving on to our core. We've got classic crunch and we've got floor cleaners. So for our classic crunch, we've done this one before, where we are on our backs. You can have your legs out straight, but just be careful you don't end up arching your back with this one. I suggest you either bend your knees if you haven't got the option, put some pillows underneath your residual limbs. This will just help to take resistance out your back. And then hands up to your temples, just rocking forwards and back up, keeping that tension in the abs. Okay, if you want a slightly harder version of this, this is where we're going to go for a high leg crunch, where our legs are going to be in the air, residual limbs in the air, and we're crunching like so. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate the high leg crunch. If you think that's too much, then that's absolutely fine. Just stick with the classic crunch. Maybe look to progress towards the next few weeks. The next one is our floor cleaners. This one, shoulders off the ground. Imagine you've got those rags in your hand. We're going side to side. Okay, all the way around, back and forth. Okay, those are our two exercises that we're going to go through. So you've got 2 to 3 sets of this. Today I'm going to take you through 2 of them, and we have 10 to 20 repetitions of each. So I'm going to go 15 again, but I would like you to aim for that 20 mark if you can. Okay, get ready. Classic crunch or high leg crunch. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 10 to 20. I'm going to go for 15. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ho, ho, ho. Feel that burn. Okay, we go straight into those floor cleaners. Shoulders off the ground. Get those rags in your hand. Get ready to clean the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep those shoulders off, guys. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, good stuff. Okay, 60 seconds rest. I'm going to go through one more time. Brilliant work. Really nice stuff. Hopefully you are noticing that you are more able to complete these exercises. Potentially the first time you watched the video of me going through program number 1, circuit number 1, you perhaps potentially finding these quite challenging. And now that we're going through them, especially some of the more advanced exercises, you should hopefully be a little bit more in tune with your body, engaged with what your body is doing, and capable of actually executing the workout and executing the exercises. So that's the progression we want. Remember, progression is our biggest motivator. So I'm going to keep reminding you of that, and I want you to keep tracking it all along the way. How long have we got? Oh, we've got 10 seconds left. We're going back into our classic crunch or high leg crunch. Okay, here we go. 10 to 20 repetitions. I'm going to 15, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, that's a great feeling. That's a good feeling. Okay, here we go. Floor cleaners, shoulders off the ground, holding them off the ground. Let's go. 10 to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, good stuff, guys. Well done. that is it. Circuit number 1 done and dusted. Great work, great effort. That was a good half an hour workout. By the time you've got up to all 3 sets, that's going to be around about a 40 to 45 minute workout, including your warm up, which should be a 10 to 15 minutes. That is maximum, no more than an hour for all your warm up and your circuits. All right, guys, fantastic stuff. Make sure you keep sipping water throughout these. Not too much before the core work. You don't want to water your belly. But especially once you're finished, keep sipping that water. I suggest you go and have a banana to help you recover. And guys, fantastic work. Really well done. I will see you in circuit 2.